Hey guys, it's been quite a while since I posted a video, and I've had a few people ask what the status of some of these projects I'd been working on was. And the reason I haven't been posting is that we moved. About a month ago, we actually finished the move, but the process started all the way back in the end of November. So I really didn't have much time to work on the projects at all. Most of that time was spent trying to pack and coordinate the move, and unfortunately it did not leave any time for motorcycle related projects. And as you can imagine, moving a dozen or so motorcycles in the middle of winter is not an easy process on its own, let alone when you're trying to move 15 years worth of tools and part and all the stuff that goes along with that. So I apologize for the lack of updates. I have not abandoned any of the projects. In fact, we're finally getting things to a point where I can start working on them again. So I'm pretty excited about that. In the meantime, I figured I'd kind of show you around the new space. It is a mess right now for a variety of reasons. Long term, the move should be good, both family-wise and workspace-wise. So let's take a look at the state of things right now, and I'll show you some of the issues that are kind of holding us up right here. So everything is kind of on wheels right now, and the reason for that, as you'll be able to see over here, as we started pulling some of the previous owner's pegboards and all kinds of stuff that he left, we discovered some foundation cracks. So here in southwestern Pennsylvania, we have soil that is made up of quite a bit of clay and water, and just being a hilly region in general, don't really play nice with cinder block foundations, as you can see here. So we've got cracks running the length of the foundation here, and this continues on through the basement. So at the worst spots, we're bowed out, and you're not going to be able to see it on camera here, but right about the center here, we're out anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inches, which isn't worst case scenario, but it's certainly something that needs to be addressed. So in a couple days here, we've got a company coming out to install 10 foundation wall anchors, and that should at the very least keep things from getting worse. Best case, it can actually correct the bow to a certain degree. Either way, it's something that needs to be addressed before I can really kind of unpack the garage and get things set up here. So as you can see, I've got the workbenches on casters right now because they need quite a bit of room to kind of get the drilling done and then install the anchor rods and all of that stuff. So another workbench here. Everything's kind of away from this wall. Similar scenario in the basement, but there's no bikes in there, so I won't waste your time with that. Here are all the bikes, and for me, this is kind of a big deal. I've never had enough space to have all of the bikes together in one spot. And before yesterday, I actually had them all lined up along this wall here. There is enough space side by side. I can have them kind of parked there. I can pull them out without having to shuffle a half dozen other bikes, which again is a huge deal for me. I've never had quite this much space. So I'm pretty excited about that. And the different tools and benches and stuff are going to kind of be along this wall and then along the back wall here. I haven't quite figured out the exact setup yet because, like I said, everything's kind of at a standstill until these wall anchors get installed. But the old lighting and electrical situation leaves a lot to be desired, but that's stuff that can all be addressed little by little. The other issue is what we thought was an electrical issue with the house. Turns out it's not. It's kind of this entire end of our new neighborhood. Neighborhood went up in the mid-70s, and most of the electrical is buried. And according to the electric company, who has been out to my house now, we've been here a month. I think they've been out about 4 times trying to get this identified. It has been a challenge and incredibly stressful. Ultimately, they've identified a series of bad neutral wires in the neighborhood, including the neutral that was coming to our service to our house. That's been replaced, but they're kind of chasing it further and further down the line. We've got a big old service saver plugged into our meter box, which is basically kind of a mini transformer on a dolly, as I'm understanding it, or some kind of regulator. Anyways, it basically takes the garbagey electricity that we're getting without that intact neutral, cleans it all up, gives us nice balanced power on both legs coming into the panel, and prevents our lights from flickering and stuff shutting off and sensitive devices getting damaged. Unfortunately, that is a temporary solution, and it seems like it's going to be a rather big deal for the power company to fix. And after talking to some of the neighbors, it's been going on for years, which begs the question, why is the new guy in the neighborhood the one chasing this issue down? But either way, hopefully we can get that resolved. Technically, our electrician said we shouldn't even be running our electric dryer without this service saver. So I have not even run the wiring for the compressor. I can't run the welder right now. So that is another ongoing issue. But we're getting there. Little by little, we're kind of getting things sorted out. But anyways, just thought I'd share this quick update. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and the fact that people are even checking in to see what's going on with some of these projects is very flattering. The fact that anyone watches these at all is very flattering. So thank you. I hope to have some updates soon. I really want to get back on that Cafe Racer project that we were working on last year. And hopefully, once things get situated, I'll have a couple riding videos. I think I rode once last year in all of 2020. I took a bike out of my old neighborhood one time, which is really sad, to be honest. I've got all these bikes sitting here, essentially collecting dust, and I don't want that to happen again this year. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.